6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has called for harmony among federal and provincial governments and collective efforts to bring economic stability in the country. Addressing business community in Karachi today, Shehbaz Sharif said the government is devising a policy to boost exports of the country. Pakistan and Iran have agreed to expeditiously finalize the free trade agreement and boost trade volume to $10 billion over the next 5 years. Punjab government has approved Apni Chhat Apna Ghar project initially in 5 major cities of the province. 79 more Palestinians have been martyred in unabated Israeli bombardment and attacks on the besieged Gaza. The fourth T20 match between Pakistan and New Zealand will be played at Lahore tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has called for harmony among federal and provincial governments and collective efforts to bring economic stability in the country. Addressing the meeting of Sindh Cabinet along with Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah in Karachi today, Shehbaz Sharif said his visit is aimed to take all the provinces on board for the development of projects. He said Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz respects mandate of all parties and we must now work together for the development and prosperity of the country. The Prime Minister said that recent visits of the foreign delegations are a welcome sign. He said new agreements with neighboring and friendly countries and establishment of border markets will boost trade. Shehbaz Sharif said the visits of Saudi Arabian and Iranian delegations will increase foreign investment and strengthen economy of the country. Speaking on the occasion, Sindh Chief Minister informed the Prime Minister about the financial problems of the province. He informed that the school rehabilitation project, barrages project, solid waste management project are pending with the federal government for necessary approval. The Prime Minister directed the Federal Finance Minister to resolve the financial issues. On the request of the Transport Minister Sharjeel Memon, the Prime Minister announced to give 150 buses in a pool of 300 buses. He also directed to resolve the issue of K4 water project and Karachi Circular Railway project. Addressing the business community in Karachi today, the Prime Minister said the government is devising a policy to boost exports of the country. He said promotion of trade and industry in next 5 years is the foremost priority of the government and all-out efforts are being made to overcome the hurdles. The Prime Minister said there is a need to work together with the promotion of businesses and trade to generate employment opportunities and control inflation. He said the government is also facing the challenge of smuggling and several measures are being taken to control the smuggling and hoarding, especially of sugar, throughout the country. The Prime Minister asked the trade and business community for their cooperation and said the government's job is to provide a better policy, but the traders and business community have the main role to steer the country out of crisis. Pakistan and Iran have agreed to expeditiously finalize the free trade agreement and boost bilateral trade to $10 billion over the next 5 years. This has been stated in a joint statement issued at the culmination of Iranian President Sayyid Ibrahim Raisi's visit to Pakistan. Both sides also agreed for setting up of joint border markets, economic free zones, and new border openings. The bilateral ties and cooperations were discussed during the delegation-level talks between Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Iran's President Dr. Sayyid Ibrahim Raisi, accompanied by a high-level delegation. Agreeing to turn the common border from border of peace to a border of prosperity, both countries reiterated the importance of cooperation in the energy domain, including trade in electricity, power transmission lines, and Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline project. Both sides underscored the imperative of a long-term durable economic partnership and collaborative regional and economic connectivity model, particularly for socio-economic development in Iran's Sistan-Balochistan and Pakistan's Balochistan province. The two sides reviewed the entire spectrum of Pakistan-Iran bilateral relations, exchanged views on regional and global issues of mutual concern, and signed multiple accords. Both leaders reiterated the importance of forging regular cooperation and exchange of views between political, military, and security officials of the two countries to combat threats such as terrorism, narcotics, smuggling, human trafficking, hostage-taking, money laundering, and abduction. For swift finalization of FTA, both sides agreed to hold the next sessions of annual bilateral political consultations and Joint Business Trade Committee, as well as 22nd round of negotiations of the Joint Economic Commission soon. This is Radio Pakistan. Ambassador of the United States to Pakistan, Donald Bloom, called on Chairman Senate Yusuf Raza Gilani at the Parliament House in Islamabad today. They discussed Pakistan-US relations and promotion of public-level contacts. The US ambassador felicitated Yusuf Raza Gilani on assuming the office of Chairman Senate. A delegation of International Parliamentarians Congress met with Minister for Law and Justice Azam Nazir Tarar in Islamabad today and briefed him on the organization's work and mission. They also discussed the formation of IPC's human rights committees. The Law Minister commended the IPC's efforts to expand its membership and foster cultural exchange among parliamentarians worldwide. Punjab Chief Minister Maryam Nawaz Sharif has approved Apna Chhat Apna Ghar project initially in 5 major cities of the province. During a meeting in Lahore today, she directed to initiate these projects near the cities and construct the best houses at the minimum cost. The meeting decided to consult Pakistan Council of Architects and Town for Planning for preparing designs of the houses. 79 Palestinians were martyred in unabated Israeli bombardment and attacks on besieged Gaza enclave during the last 24 hours. 3 members of a family were martyred and 4 others wounded after an Israeli military strike hit their home in southern Rafah. The health ministry in Gaza said that martyrdom toll of Palestinians in Gaza enclave during the last 6 months continued aggression by Israeli forces has now reached 34,262. 77,229 people have been wounded in the Gaza Strip since October 7 last year. Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan says his country is pushing for a ceasefire in Gaza and the entry of more aid into the territory. In an interview on the sidelines of the first high-level European Union Gulf Cooperation Council Security Forum in Luxembourg, he expressed the hope that this step by some European countries will eventually support ceasefire call and humanitarian aid access. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken will visit Saudi Arabia by the end of this week to attend World Economic Forum in Riyadh. The U.S. State Department in a statement said Antony Blinken arrived in Shanghai today to discuss a range of issues, including the Gaza cross-strait issues and the South China Sea. Washington has called on Beijing to help ease tensions in the Middle East. Iran has rejected U.S. allegations of malicious cyber activity that triggered a new set of sanctions against Iranian companies and individuals. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Nasser Kanani said this in a statement. The 4th T20 of 5-match series between Pakistan and New Zealand will be played at Lahore tomorrow. The match will start at 7:30 in the evening. The series is level by 1 each. Pakistan Hockey Federation has announced a 20-member squad for Sultan Azlan Shah Hockey Cup being held from 2nd of next month at Ipoh in Malaysia. Muhammad Abdullah will lead Pakistan team at the tournament. Pakistan will play their first match against Malaysia on 4th of May. Finally, the weather. Rain with windstorm and thunderstorm is expected in Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, South Punjab and Upper Sindh during the next 12 hours. Partly cloudy weather with rain, windstorm and thunderstorm is expected at isolated places in Gilgit-Baltistan, Kashmir, and adjoining hilly areas. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.